Welcome back everyone to Captain of the River, where I have arrived back in Mossward, and here's Scardy, Benblade.
I did not think you would return to Mossward so quickly.
It just so happens that Gerard and Winna came by a short time ago, and they asked me to prepare some equipment to give to you in the event that you returned. Seems they wanted to give you a reward for looking after their boy, Tegwin. They arranged to pay for it, so who am I to argue? They have so far kept the lad from bothering me as often as he used to, which is nearly payment enough if you ask me. Nearly, I said. Peace of mind doesn't put food on the table, but luckily for you, coin does. So, you pick whatever you like and no cost to you. Alright, now let's see what we have here. That's a one-handed axe, definitely not. That was something two-handed. Club, ancient dwarf rootstone. Never played dagger. Surely there's something two-handed. Alright, this longsword was that's longsword by D&D definition, not by traditional definition. Alright. Runestone, gauntlets, dagger, spear. Well, it sounds like to me that none of this stuff is two-handed. Wait, you know what I mean, except the staff and the bow, of course. But none of the items that are really useful by me. Alright, I know what I'll do. I'll take this nose. I'll take the sword for now.
So where does your road now lead? Old Cardolan, you say?
There's not a lot in Old Cardolan as I understand it. To hear Meneldir talk, you'd think it was a great kingdom, but that was long ago. Claimed by the war and plague it was, apparently, and now is remembered mainly for rangers and by scholars, and by those with the misfortune to hear them go on about it. I'll not stop you, but if you're going that way, you'll need to cross the river at Tharbad. The bridge there's out, and the crossing will not be pleasant. Enjoy yourself, Pinduine. I will stay here in my shop, where it's warm and dry. Gotcha. Well, what do you say about that, Meneldir?
Skadi is right. If we are to reach Cardolan, we will need to cross the river Gwathlo at Tharbad.
When the Numenorians built the city, its great bridge provided a valuable link to Gondor, and trade with the Southlands flourished. But, in time, the kingdom of Arnor diminished, and Tharbad was abandoned. The south road becomes less traveled than in prosperous days. Masonry crumbled over the years, and parts of the city fell into the river. The great thaw that followed the fell winter released the floodwaters, and portions of the mighty bridge were lost for good. But folk crossed the river at Tharbad before the bridge was built, and it should remain possible even now that the bridge is gone. We will travel northwest to Tharbad and see for ourselves, Pinduine. Let us meet in the shadow of the broken bridge of the southern bank. Right. To Tharbad! Oh, Connor's gonna love that. Alright, Connor. Where are you carrying a bow? You thought one would come handy where we're going. Well, I can't argue with that. On to Tharbad. Not much about at the moment. That looks like the bridge, though I'm assuming that that won't be an option based on what the ranger said. And look at this. We have an opportunity to put the bow to the test. Let's get that ready. Charge! There you go. Oopsie daisy. Let's not get on fire. Now, yes, there are orcs about apparently. Right now, I need to find a ranger. That does not look like a ranger. Oh. Ravages of Cardolan. Alright. Ah! There's our ranger. Hello there?
Hold, strangers. Be you friend or foe to Rohan?
I admit that I cannot tell from your mane if you're friend or foe. Are you a friend of Rohan and to its people? Yes. We're not seeking to cause any trouble for any good folk, and we just merely want to cross the bridge to the way north. Well, very well then. Do you not think that this question is too forward, but I must ask it. You're dressed as I was told the Dunedain Ranger's dress, well suited for a life in the wilderness of the inhospitable north. Are you one of this kind? For they are the folk that I seek, and my errand is urgent. Alright. Well, what do you say about that? Your question is not an easy one for me to answer. Let us say that I was once of that folk, but if need drives you to seek the Dunedain, your search is not at an end. Yet our purposes do align, for Pinduin and I also seek the Rangers of the North. Each of our paths require that we ford the Guathlo, the River Greyflood, and it will not be easy. I fear the raging waters will be too much in places for your steed to safely make the crossing, and it appears that orcs watch the shallows. I only know of the Rohirrim from tales, but I do know that they are loath to part with their horses, unless at great need. If such is the need that drives you, I would know your name, and perhaps you will tell us your errand on the far bank. If not, I would bid you farewell, for Pinduin and I can no longer delay. Well, what do you say?
Farewell, my Starkmode. May you find your way back to the yellow fields of the Mark.
I will see you again when my task is done. The fate of Rohan rests upon my quest, or I would not leave one so loyal as my Starkmod. So swears Igfrith of Faltham, who has ridden here with all haste to acquire the help Theoden King requires. Now, let us ford the river, and at once. Alright, so let us ford the river. I think I better stow my armor before I do this. Well, that was invigorating. How are you feeling?
That was not pleasant, but at least we have reached the northern bank.
It would have been much easier were the Great Bridge still intact. I'll need a rest for a short time before we proceed. How fares Aethiri? Oh. There she is.
Starkmode would have followed me anywhere I would lead him, even to his death.
I hope Starkmode understands. He is the same as I am, for I would do anything for Rohan. On the other side of this cruel river, you asked why I seek the Dunedain Rangers. Theoden King has fallen ill, seized by a weakness of the body from which he is feared he may never recover. I was told that the Rangers of the North know methods of healing that might cure the king's ailment. I am to recover one of these remedies, or to return to Edoras with one of their healers, that he may heal the king. It is only for the future of Rohan that I would abandon my Stark mod. Any who question that will face my sword. Whew, she is serious, isn't she? Well then, how about I get a nice little necklace here?
I can hear orcs prowling among the ruins of the city.
Yeah, I've seen a couple about already. I can hear orcs prowling around the ruins, and if we don't post a watch, they may surprise us while we rest from their crossing. They have become an ever-growing threat in my own land, and the king has not the strength to oppose them, and Rohan suffers. I will help your friend make sure that the campsite remains unoccupied by those who made it, if you will hunt the orcs that prowl in the city. We will stay here only long enough to dry our clothes and recover from the crossing, and the fewer orcs between us and the northern road, the better. Well, Connor, is your bow dry? Good. We may be of need of it. So I'll just dry off a little bit here, and then don my armor. I haven't even made it out of the camp yet, and I've already seen an orc. Well, we can deal with that. Looks like we're going to need to kill a few of them. Hello? Alright, let's deal with you. Okay, let's target the right orc. Now, let's go and find more orcs, then we can get back to camp. And rest assured that everything will be fine for the time that we need to rest. Or at least the time they need to rest. Because I'm not resting at the moment. That should keep them out of the way for a few minutes.
How fared you against the orcs?
Did the orcs bear the insignia that we encountered in the Uruks and Swanfleet? The orcs that proud the ruins do not appear to have the white hand. Alright. Something wrong?
Orcs bearing this white hand have appeared in Rohan of late.
What do you know of this symbol, this white hand? Orcs bearing this mark have appeared in Rohan of late, and many are the towns and crops that they have troubled throughout the Rittermark. The king's illness prevents him from properly dealing with these raiders, and every day the kingdom grows more weak, more frail. But who commands this tribe against my people? Vinelder gives a warning look. Well, that does not seem to be the way of the that Uruks of the White Hand must be some powerful chieftain behind their kind. Yes, that does seem to be the way of their kind. Still, the orcs there in Tharbad need not serve beneath the White Hand to endanger my own errand, or your own. There are other fires to the west, on the other side of the broken bridge from here. And if you clear away the defenders, we'll rest more easily and be better prepared to travel safely through the city. Scout the campfires to the west of the broken bridge. Right. Okay. First I clear out the orcs, then I do some scouting, and maybe I'm the one who's going to get rid of every orc in the area. Maybe that's a bit optimistic. I suppose this is as good a camp to scout as any. Maybe we could kill an orc or two while we're at it. Light glints on your weapon as a man fighting further to the west. Then again, let's see what's going on down here. We can find this man and find out what's going on. Ah, I think I found him. Whoopsie daisy.
School.
Alright.
Tabosh.
Now, where were we?
Hail, friend, if friend you be.
Do my eyes play some trick? You're a halfling, are you not? I have heard tell of such folk, but I have not beheld one such as you before. A halfling. I call for your pardon, stranger. If you are a foe of orcs, then we share that in common. And I deem from your gear that you are a traveler yourself, and no stranger to either hardship or fighting. So, it is with me, though I am new to this land. Alright. And we get an earring for that.
Boromir is my name, and I've come from Minas Tirith by a long road on an urgent errand.
Right, let's say that. So you said Boromir, right? Yes. I've come from Minas Tirith. The crossing of the river proved treacherous, and I was forced to abandon my steed. I ran afoul of orcs amongst the ruins, as you can see, and one of their cowardly thieves stole my pack. When I had recovered it, I will resume my quest. If you catch this thief for me, I will be indebted to you, my good, halfling? Yes, I think that he ran off to the southwest. Southwest. Alright, I guess I have to go through a orc or three in order to get there. There you go. Oh, this looks like a thief. He just has that thiefy look to him. Almost as if it were labeled on top of his head. Ah! And here's the pack. Oh, nice! Is this it?
You must have struck fear into the heart of that thief, my new friend.
Haha! This pack is much lighter than it was when he stole it, and it seems that he scattered the contents amongst the ruins in his eagerness to escape. Might I trouble you to gather up my lost supplies? Lost supplies. Alright, I'll see what I can find. To the west, I guess. Where there should be orcs. That's what we'll find. Orcs. And maybe some supplies. Probably both. Maybe this is something from the supply pack. Well, let's see if we can find anything else. Hey, you see any missing supplies anywhere? Yeah, one of your members stole it. We're just interested in finding it. No. Ah, here's something. Probably just a few more things, and we should have enough to be useful. At least to make it to some sort of town where we could actually provision much more healthily. Ah, I think I see something scattered down here. I think I've found enough. So let's just thin out one more orc and get back to Boromir. I hope this is enough.
Thank you for this, my new friend. I am in your debt.
Not only am I in your debt, but I must beg your pardon, for I was so surprised to see you that I didn't even ask your name. Oh, pray tell me now, and forgive me for the oversight. Halflings are never seen in my homeland, and I was taken aback, but I meant no offense, and mean none now. Pinduin, you say? It's an honor to make your acquaintance, Pinduin. You say that your companions are nearby? I would join them at their fire if you think I would be welcome. If not, I will continue on my way, but it has been a long road, and I would not turn away a friendly campfire and pleasing conversation. Alright, fine, I shall lead you back. Our company is growing. Who have you found, Pinduine? Who comes to our fire? I didn't expect to see a soldier of the Citadel this far from his homeland. Alright, so he recognizes where Boromir comes from. I guess we'll take that. You may sit at our fire, Captain of Gondor, if you're willing to share with us the tale of your journey north. I'm interested to hear the reasons for it. Why has Boromir come here? And will we be able to find the Rangers? We'll find that out in the next episode of Captain of the River.